Welcome to the Playback Podcast, presented by Car, your weekly podcast featuring America's favorite dancers, hosted by America's favorite road warriors. We're your hosts, Jocelyn, Kristyn, and Olivia, and we saw some insane talent this weekend. We are so excited to hype up these incredible dancers in studios.
Most insane talent. It reminded me why I love dance so much this weekend alone.
Absolutely. Let's get into it.
We're going to start out with our Future Star segment. I have to shout out this dancer. Have never seen this studio before. Encore Dance Academy, Juliana Lore. She had 3 solos. I was not in the theater for her first solo, but I did see her second and third. Her second one, she walked out on stage and she did a leg, and I said, Annie Hoovera? I literally thought that she was her twin, and I was like, what are you doing in Massachusetts? It wasn't her. Her name's Juliana. She is absolutely incredible. 3 solos, all 3 Elite Ultimate Performance Glass Award winner. Wow. The one that I wanted to shout out was 170 Heart of Glass, because she used that kind of creepy-ish version of that song. And her costume, I talked to her choreographer after, and he was like, literally, I told the costume designer, I need shards of glass on it. And it gave that.
Wow.
I was living for her. She was great. Oh my gosh. And then she killed it in all of her group routines the next day. So I can only imagine how far she's going to go in this life. And I hope one day her and Annie's paths cross, because I just feel like it would be so cool to see them dance next to each other, because they're so similar. Yeah, like a duet. Maybe they're working together in the industry.
Yeah. Concept video, something.
Yeah. Something. Yeah. It's going to happen. I feel it.
Love it. Okay. My future star is Ava Dooley. I talked about her last season, and I have to talk about her again. I want to be this girl. She's something so special that I feel like it's almost unteachable. First and foremost, she's absolutely stunning, stunningly beautiful. And what I love about her so much is she came out for her Smell of Rebellion solo with a full unibrow drone on.
Yes.
And that to me, I'm like, you're cool. I love it. I love it when a dancer doesn't take themselves too seriously, especially someone so gorgeous being like, you know what? No, I'm going to get into character. She slouched her shoulders. She got in that deep grand plie, and she was hilarious. I do want to give her a shout out too. She was the star of the musical theater routine last year.
Yep.
Corny, who ended up winning the Industry Dance Awards. So I knew that this girl kills musical theater, but she is just something so special that casting directors, anyone needs to know this name, Ava Dooley.
Literally.
She is bookable right now. You could book her right now. Also, she did Uninvited, which is the complete opposite. Derek Paquette choreographed that one. Stunning. But yeah, I'm just like, how do you do it all and so flawlessly, and just, you can tell she's having fun up there. And I can tell she's hard on herself. Most amazing dancers are. But girl, just know, you are one to remember. I think about you all the time. Anytime I see a musical theater solo, I'm comparing them to you. So just keep that in mind. You are phenomenal. I have no doubt you're going to have such a long career, and I just can't wait to see what you do in this world.
Wow, setting the standard.
Yeah. No, trust me.
Okay.
She's stunning.
Insane.
Okay. All right, my future star is this itty bitty little one. Her name is Piper Johnson. She's from BPM Dance Complex. She came out with this solo, That Walk, the most dazzling costume I've ever seen. I was like, whoever rhinestoned that spent some time on it. Straight legs, pointed feet. You can just see the work happening while she's on stage. You can tell that this kid is a kid that goes to her solo practice, and she's like, okay, I'm ready to listen. So Piper Johnson, I'm so excited to see where you go. She's 6, by the way.
Oh,
she's 6. I was like, yeah, you're going places. I just can't wait to see where it is. I'm excited with that costume. So excited.
God.
They need to put it in a case. It was beautiful. You have to see it.
They probably will.
Yeah,
I feel
no,
like
it
a
was so
costume
cute.
like that, or they'd hand it down to the next soloist.
Yes. Yeah. So cute. Love. Okay, Piper.
Okay, Piper. Do we want to go into our studio highlight?
I think we have to.
I think so too. I feel like we already kind of teased it
Yes.
just in our future stars.
Yes.
So we're going to start out with Elite Academy of Dance. obviously. Saw them last year for the very first time. I directed the Lowell show last year, and I got to go back this year. So excited to see all of the amazing dancers in Lowell. So Elite Academy of Dance, they were nominated for an Industry Dance Award with their corny performance, and then they ended up winning at Industry Dance Awards. So please, like, it really goes to show that you can win an Industry Dance Award just by your nomination alone at one of our events. Incredible. So we were really excited to see what they were going to bring this year. And Elite Academy of Dance, they just do musical theater so well. So well. And I feel like it's so hard to find. I mean, Forever Dance, like Tahoe, musical theater really well. Elite Academy. Lauren, what you're doing there is just chef's kiss.
Yeah.
So we talked about Jack a few episodes ago from Ultra Bird Girl. Obviously, absolutely insane. But he had another solo, Welcome In, musical theater.
My favorite.
Literally, same. He does these crazy leg hinges in it, and he does the character so well that you're just like locked in the whole time, like literally eyebrows. The whole time.
So quirky and cool though too.
Yes.
Like the technique is so flawless that they're able to like take it outside of the box. It's so cool.
And he's not scared to
No.
do that character.
And I love when it's, obviously he's playing into a character, but then he hits 7 turns into a hinge with a flexed foot with like crazy control, and then goes back into like that crazy funny character.
And he doesn't lose it. Like,
no,
it's not like a lot of times like you like prep into a turn and it's like, okay, let's watch the turn. It's like, no, the whole character is there the whole time.
It's there.
Absolutely.
They had a musical, Can, Friendship, Jack and Ava together.
Again, like, no, like I'm gonna die. The two of them together are magic because
Literally.
individually those two could do a 1-person show. I would pay money to watch them do a 1-person show. I could watch each of them dance all day long, and them together, the comedic timing, I have no words. Like, I really just think that they are something so talented and so special. Ava's a senior this year. Jack is a sophomore. So thankfully we get 2 more years watching him on our stages. But yeah, it's just, again, the commitment. And they come out for Friendship, and I've seen that dance 100 times. Never seen someone dressed as
like
a
that.
100-year-old. Like, they had their wrinkles drawn on.
The ending is what got me.
Yeah.
When they go off stage for like a second, and you know there's still 30 seconds left of the music. I
Right.
see it on the laptop. And then she wheels Jack out on a freaking wheelchair,
Yeah.
and she's got a cane. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
What are you guys doing?
And then they did Deo too.
So good.
Here's the thing. I feel like they have such a dynamic team, and I also want to shout out one of their younger dancers too, because I feel like they mold that musical theater in such a great way that by the time they get to that senior level, it's already in them, because they're juniors even were in some of those musical theater routines. And again, the character development, the attention to detail with the costume, with every little thing is just so intentional that it feels like you should be paying to watch these performances.
1000%.
Do you guys take acting classes? Is that what you guys are doing? Like,
They
what is
must.
it? They have to be.
They have to be.
Yeah.
And I think it's just setting them up for the most success, because a dancer can do contemporary and jazz their whole life and then move out to LA, move out to New York, and realize that they need to be in musical theater classes, singing, acting, all of that. But I feel like Elite Academy does a really great job of training them at a young age, so that by the time they're seniors, their charisma is out of this world when they're performing Ava.
Yeah. No, they're insane.
Like, it's awesome. You're going to see these dancers on Broadway in LA doing
Absolutely.
the most incredible things. I can see it now.
Yep.
Which leads us to encore dance.
Absolutely stunning.
Like, the most stunning technical dancers I have ever seen. Ever.
So there was a couple ones that we wanted to talk about. First and foremost, it's all coming back to me now. Gorgeous red dresses. I actually got to watch this from the top balcony. Absolutely gorgeous. The transitions, the formations, everything about it was so flawless. The technique that they are doing reminds me of like a collegiate dance team. They almost
Yes.
reminded me of North Shore from Long Island as well. It's so clean. It's so precise. It's so well done. They have the lifts, they have the turns, they have the legs, they have everything to make this gorgeous lyrical routine. It was absolutely stunning.
I was down on the main level watching it, just from like that outside door watching, because I know when a Celine song is coming on, you got to watch. You have to. And I saw that it was encore, and I was like, oh, it's going to be stunning. And it's the way that all the parents walked out afterwards in tears, and they were just like, I don't even have a dancer in this routine, but I'm crying. Like, it was so well done. And I felt the same. Yeah, definitely collegiate dance moment. It was giving, could be on the UDA stage next season. Whew. They're stunning. The prayer, party time, even with their little nuggets.
Their 8-year-old line, party time. One of the best lines I've ever seen, and they were all 8 years old and under. It was so good. The energy, the technique
I'm jealous.
is there.
I wish I was there.
It was so fun.
I'm mad.
It was a really, really good routine. And then I also loved Seven Birds. This one was a little bit different, a little bit darker. I want to really give a shout out to Isabella, their main dancer. She did a couple solos. I was actually able to like hop in and take some backstage photos of her. First time ever. Kristyn taught me. Yeah. Watch out. I'm going to be a professional photographer. But she's perfect. Like,
no, she's stunning.
And the thing that separates a good dancer from a great dancer is when they know there's a camera on them and they know what they need to hold out a little bit longer or where their vision and focus should be. And she was that. She was locked in, but also very aware of what was happening around her and knowing, okay, I see this girl with a camera in this wing, so I'm going to go ahead and transition a little bit more to the side so that she gets that shot. And I got that shot. Wow. So it's just, again, elevating the performance to be not just a great dancer, but a smart dancer is how you're going to get that incredible content for social media. For if you're on a dance job, you need to know where your marks are.
Where's camera A, camera B? You know?
Exactly. So yeah, she was just absolutely stunning. She did a red dress solo and then she did a black dress solo, and I loved the contrast between the two. But I said that I'm just naming Lowell in general Hinge City, because between both of these studios, the hinge and control that was happening was absurd.
The control.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. I wish I had that. I wish I had what they were eating for breakfast, lunch, dinner, what their training regimen is. Like, I wish I had that.
Yeah, it was stunning.
Classic technique.
Yes. Yeah.
It is.
And I'd never seen Encore before.
Me
so
neither.
I was shook when they first came out. And on that Friday, it was just soloists. And I was like, oh, if this is what our solos are looking like, I was ready for groups. And I'm telling you, that whole Sunday elite segment did not disappoint. They are. And also, I would love to give a shout out to, we were ahead of schedule every single day.
Those dancers were on it.
They're
Quick changes
on
it, ready to go. They were like, we don't need time.
Professional, that's
let's
the
keep
best.
going.
Exactly. Yeah. It was just, it was such a good weekend. I want to go back already. It was.
Lock me in for the next 3, 4, 5 years.
What a way to go out
there.
into spring break.
I know.
That's so
literally.
good.
Yeah. And it was a big show too, but it didn't feel like it. It was, everyone just kept the energy, kept the hustle. And when you have amazing talent on the stage, it's like, I'll stay for a whole week. Sure.
Our videographer, Destiny, she was so excited for this weekend because she was also there last year. And literally at the end of the night, she was like, hang on, let me grab something off the floor, my jaw. And I was like, you're right. You're absolutely correct, because we all felt the same way about every single dancer.
Yeah. It was, I don't know. Lowell, Massachusetts. You guys have something special going on over there. So we're excited. We're excited for another great season of.
I'll see you next year.
Yeah.
I'm going to make it happen.
Yeah. Absolutely.
All right. So I guess it's time to go into some picks from the weekend. It was a great weekend. Mm-hmm. Where were you?
I was in Ultra, Toledo, Ohio.
Okay, let's talk about it.
Yeah, no, so good. I need to start here because 601 Mass Reimagined. This is Annabelle Dewitt from Pinnell Dance Center.
Uh-huh.
Insane. Like, whoa. Technique, like, beautiful technician. Her legs, she comes out on the stage and she just looks like she's going to be stunning. Like, immediately, she's in this beautiful, like, almost like, she just looks like a ballerina. And you just know, like, the legs are going to be great. And they are, immediately. The kind of dancer that you're watching on stage and she allows you to breathe and allows you to relax watching her. The whole audience was just like silent. It was like you could hear a pin drop because they didn't want to miss a moment. First overall, power performance, everything. She should have just taken everything home. She just came in by herself all quietly, left the stage with a little smile on her face. I was like, you are so special. She has like this calming energy. Congratulations, Annabelle. You are so good. So good.
I completely agree with the calming energy thing.
Yeah. It's so good.
She's been a protege for the last few years, and I definitely feel that whenever she like comes up to say hi, I'm just like,
just like a little breath of fresh air. I was like, okay.
I love it. She's wonderful.
Congrats, Annabelle.
Okay, I'm going to talk about from Carlole. There's 2 different routines, and I just loved the contrast between the 2. They're from Kathy Blake, and they did, first and foremost, they did a Devil Wears Prada production.
They did.
Love. Ate it up. I want to shout out the girl who played the Andy character. The whole production were like, wait, we love her so much.
Because she was playing the character so well. Like, you know that they said, like, you need to watch this movie and just embody that character, and she did it.
She did. So she was already kind of on my radar just because she did have one of those starring roles in the production. So when they came out for a hip hop routine, 504 Champion, I was like, okay, I know you guys can do contemporary and jazz and all that, but I loved this routine. They were just in it. It was the textures. It was just like the overall vibe. I feel like they were all just having a good time. And I love that in a group hip hop because I think sometimes you can tell when there's dancers that are uncomfortable in that style and they're like, well, I just had to do a group hip hop routine, versus all these kids were in it. They were vibing, they were loving it. And then not even 10 acts later, they came out with Bye Bye Blackbird, which is just that classic jazz. They had the jazz style going with the hats. I just loved it so much. And I feel like what I loved about the studio in general, Kathy Blake, I remember them from last season as well. I feel like they're just so versatile. Like, they came out and they did some fun jazz. They came out and did some gorgeous contemporary. I just really enjoy that studio. And I feel like the energy of the dancers and the parents and the staff, I just love having them at our show. They're just good vibes the whole way through. And it was just such a good weekend with them. Like, I was really impressed with them. And yeah, shout out to that one main girl, though. There was just something special about her technique and her stylistic choices that she did. I was like, she's special. She just stood out to me in every routine she was in. So congrats, Kathy Blake. Always love having you guys.
Okay, the next one I want to talk about, a team member from this event was literally like, if you don't watch this and talk about it, I'm going to be so mad. And I watched the clip from the results page and I was like, completely shook. This is from Rainbow Fort Mill, number 166, The Haunted Hotel, from Center Stage Dance Co. Inc. Wow is the first thing that I could say. The production quality of their props was absolutely insane. The technique, I was eating it up. The turn combinations, the legs, the leaps, the dynamics was absolutely impressive. There was one part in the performance where the main boy goes up the stairs onto the main part of the prop and the lights start flickering in the prop. And I was just like, yes. They had the dollies with the luggage carts, everything going on for them. They had like a hello room service moment. And I was just like, this is so well done. And I noticed that they were popular on this results page. So they were killing it all weekend long. But this one, it looked like it could be a Broadway show, quite literally. Whether it's a Broadway show, whether it's an exhibition performance at like a World of Dance, like it was giving what it needed to give. And I'm so glad that that team member told me about it because I was hooked and I'm probably going to go watch it again after this. Yeah.
Exciting. Okay, this feels fitting for this one. This is Ultra Bentonville, Arkansas, number 336, Faychella. So Coachella was this past weekend. So I'm like kind of bummed I missed this one because I watched this and I was like, this would have given me everything I needed to not feel FOMO for Coachella because they ate it up. They had a big old prop. They had a big old set piece. It's a full high energy hip hop. They had like the little ones dressed in like event staff. It was so good. It was perfect timing for them. I was like, what a great weekend to put this on the Ultra stage, like so good. Also People's Choice, they got People's Choice Award and I was like, you're my choice. That would have been my choice too. So Fayetteville Dance Company, you guys ate that up. Put them on a Coachella stage. Faychella?
Immediately.
Come on.
We need a Carchella.
We do.
We should do a Carchella.
It's just perfect timing.
Yeah.
Good for them.
Wow. I love that.
Yeah, so good. Okay, the next one I'm going to talk about is actually sent in from our producer, Ansel. He was in Mesa, Arizona, and this was 114. First and foremost, when he sent me this video, I said, is this a mini Ansel? It literally looked like you at the age of 7 years old,
6.
however old this little boy was. So it was called Amazon, and it was a box in the center of the stage, and it had a car logo on it. So it was basically being sent to car. The cutest little hip hop guy you've ever seen. He was so tiny, but so mighty. It was a great mix. It was a great energy. I was like, I think that I could totally see why Ansel loved this routine.
He was looking in the mirror.
Yes, it was like looking at a mini version of himself. But it was just so cute. I love it when studios play into the competition that they're going to. So whether it's a set prop situation, whether it's like a voiceover, whether it's like they include a staff member. Like I remember there was one studio that kind of made a joke about our director or whatever it may be. I love that. I just think it's smart. I think it switches things up. It keeps us as a staff engaged and entertained because it does stand out to us. Yes, it stands out to us.
You see it and you're like, what? Wait, what's happening here?
Exactly. It was just so cute. It was so fun, and we love it when I get to see like a mini dancer kill a hip hop routine. So one to watch for sure. Congratulations.
Okay, the next one I want to talk about is from Car Chattanooga 383 Each Other. This is Sam from Instep. Wow, he was in heels.
Work.
He killed the heels on stage. Turns, sure. Technique, legs, everything. Hitting the pocket, hitting a level. He hit it. And I heard the cheers in the audience. Like everyone was fired up to see a male dancer come out in heels. And I was fired up because I didn't know what I was expecting when I clicked on the video clip. And I was like, immediately, I need to watch the entire thing 4 times. So I did. We love a heel solo, solid with those turns. Ooh, I was eating it up. I felt like I was in like an LA class. Like he was doing a solo and the videographer was right in front of him, like getting it all the angles. Incredible job. It's rare that we see heels performances done that well on the stage, and I loved it.
I feel like there's been a lot of heels this season. I'm like excited about it.
And I haven't been at those shows.
Yeah.
What the heck?
It's good. It's like, it's great.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah. So good, Sam. Killing it. Can't wait to see what you guys come up with next season. Maybe you'll be flying through the air in heels. I'll watch it.
I have one that's in heels too, actually. This is 190, just one step. This is from Toledo. Christiana Recco from Above the Bar. She's definitely a force to be reckoned with. I was like, who are you? I've never seen you before. I'm sure you guys maybe have seen her before, but ultra competitive senior icon of the year. She came out on the stage and her solo starts like all the way down stage in the front. So like she's almost in the dark because the stage lights don't hit her. And so it felt like a full performance. Like the show had started when she like came into the light. It was so cool to see. And then she delivered the performance from start to finish. Was quirky, was weird, didn't care what her face looked like in like the coolest way possible, whacking her legs. Like she was like up and down, jumping all around, kicking, turning in these little Laduca boots. And I was like, you are a star. And she had like a little music moment before where she had to leave and come back onto the stage. And she handled it with such grace. I was like, you are a professional and you are going to work in this industry.
Yeah.
Power performance. Duh. I feel like when I'm watching, it's like almost like they come out on the stage and I'm like, yep, there we go. Waiting for the sirens. Here we go.
Yep.
And that was just a moment for her. I was like, you definitely are going so far in this industry. Killed it, girl. So good.
Wow.
I feel like that's the hardest part for me, bouncing back and forth from ultra to car.
Yeah.
Because I didn't realize it, but like I'll be watching a dance and I'm like nervous because I'm waiting for a power performance, and then I'm like, oh, I'm at car. I don't even have to worry about it. But like it's one of those things where I'm like looking and I'm like, is it going to be a power performance?
Are you going to tell me?
Yeah. And then I'm like, oh, we're at car. Yeah. Not a thing. So
it's just exciting. It amps us up. We've had like some crazy power performances this season, and like definitely well deserved. So good.
I love
it so much. Okay, the next one I'm going to talk about is also from Mesa. This was a huge show, you guys. It was a double stage event, so massive. So I had the team reach out to me about this special dancer. This is Asher Gooding from Dance Connection. Did a couple solos, was clearly one to watch. None of us expected what hit the stage. Apparently, this kid is absolutely insane when it comes to tap dancing. They said the clarity, the skill level, everything about it. When I went and watched the videos, you can hear those taps as crisp and clear as possible. Apparently, all judges were shook, like jaw on the floor, couldn't even believe that this kid was so young and doing this insane routine. They even said that they needed a moment of silence just to like gather themselves afterwards.
That's
which
fair.
That speaks volumes to the talent that you're bringing to the stage. They said that they left that performance feeling so inspired and just thinking about how cool it is to see these kids so young doing this incredible talent. I guess Ray, the director, who, if you guys don't know Ray, he is a tap guy. So ate it up. Absolutely
I'm
loved
sure.
it. Had the biggest smile on his face, I guess. And they were actually chatting afterwards. And I guess little Asher said it was his goal to be on the podcast. So Asher,
No way.
goal, here it is.
Goal
Achieved.
reached. Wow.
You did it. Everyone was talking about how phenomenal
Literally
you
everyone.
are. I guess he got first overall, EUP for both of his solos. So clearly this kid is one to watch. And I'm kind of bummed that I didn't get to see it live in person because we are obsessed with tap this season.
Yes.
So
Yep.
I'm ready to see how far this kid goes. So congratulations, Asher from Dance Connection. Our team was so impressed with you.
Yes.
And yeah, awesome job.
I think that team texted all of us. Like I received like 4 different texts from team members there, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna go watch. Like,
Yeah.
don't even worry about it.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, the last one I want to talk about was from Car Escondido. It was 525 The Courtroom from the K Project Dance Company. I was intrigued by the name alone. I was like, okay, what do we got going on here? And it kind of reminded me of 9 to 5 from Dance Precisions last year with the set pieces. So it looked like a courtroom. It was giving Law and Order SVU vibes. They walked out on stage. It was very serious. You could tell it was like a whole debate. There was a crime that occurred, definitely. The part that got me the most was there was this moment where there was so much going on, and in the back where the judge would sit, they had this dancer on the chair and they were holding the chair up. There were like 4 dancers holding the chair up, and the dancer was in a handstand on the chair, like both legs bent into like an attitude moment. How are you holding her like that? First, I don't know. It was sick, and it was all in that moment of chaos. So like you could be looking in all different ways and you could have missed that part, but I was locked in on that part. I was so shook by it. The storytelling was out of this world for this performance. I've always seen solos from the K Project over the past couple of years, but I've never seen their group performances. And as I was scrolling through the results page and watching each one, I was just like, how'd you come up with that prop concept? How did you come up with this concept at all? I was just shook by them, and I want to see more. I wish I could have seen this performance live because it was like you were literally watching an episode of Law and Order. It was so cool. You have to go and watch it. If you haven't seen the full performance, find it somewhere. It's got to be on YouTube. It's got to be on their Instagram. It will probably be on our YouTube soon.
Yeah.
You need to watch it because it was so cool. What a cool concept.
That
Yeah.
is cool.
I was obsessed.
I love
Great
the
job, you
innovation.
guys. Yeah. I wrote on my page, I was like, the dancer was doing a full handstand. I almost threw my laptop because I was watching it last night before I went to sleep. And I was like, ah! And I was like, wait, that's...
Wait, need it back.
I can't. I got to finish watching the video.
That's so funny.
It was so cool. The K Project, you guys are cool. I like it.
Sounds cool. The K Project.
Yeah.
Sounds cool. I have one last one also. 355 WOMAN
Oh,
from K Monique's Studio of Dance. This was a competitive plus 6 and under group.
Work.
love it.
They got second place only to be beat by themselves. But this dance, I was watching from backstage. I was sitting there just like helping out with the backstage, and I was like taken to the stage watching these little ones. There's 5 little dancers on the stage. The way they commanded this stage, I had never seen anything like it ever in my life. The sass off the charts, but like so polished at the same time. I've never seen 6 and under so like flawless, like so like, but also so energetic at the same time. And so I was just like, this is crazy, whatever you're doing. Cause like, I mean, K Monique's like juniors, teens, seniors, so good. But I was like, these tiny little bitty things. And then they came off the stage and they were like at my hip, just running off. But they did this one part where they do a lift. And to me, I'm like, okay, we're just trying to get these 6-year-olds to like dance and smile and have fun on stage. They were doing lifts, partnering, running around the stage, hitting formations like across the stage, like full diagonals, hitting their marks on the stage. Whatever you taught them, whatever you're teaching them there is working so well. They did so well. And power performance moment was the cutest thing ever. They were like, what's going on? What's going on? They could walk up to the front of the stage and the judge asked them how old they are. They're like, I'm 5, 6, 7. Like they're so little, just having the best time. You guys killed it. I cannot wait to see where this group goes. They are going to be so good. They're going to be so great. They already are. They're already so good. Keep them together.
Keep them together forever. Forever and ever and ever.
Love it. Okay, I'm going to jump into a couple MC picks. So first and foremost, this was from our Milwaukee show. This was MC KJ, chose 410 Ocean Meets the Land from Artistic Edge Dance Center. She said that this solo had the most beautiful movement quality. She said that when you're watching this, and I completely agree with her, there's such a confidence and beautiful technique to feeling like you can move slowly on a stage. Mm-hmm. I think it's really easy as a dancer to like hear your music start and be like, okay. Yeah. And just the fact that this kid literally looked like they were moving through water and was taking that time to, like you said, taking that time to breathe. Mm-hmm. And it's like almost you get put in a trance where you're watching like, whoa, and then you're like, oh no, it's already over, and you're like, I want to watch it again. Yeah. That's how I felt. So this dancer was absolutely stunning. They said that like you could just tell everyone was in awe the whole performance. She also chose 516 Good Days from Artistry Dance and Company. And she said these dancers were going hard all weekend long. The musicality during this song particularly was absolutely incredible, and their textures were gorgeous. She said you can just tell they're connected. So again, this comes back to when you see these group dances and you see a lot of these kids, you know that they're growing up together. You know that they've probably started in tiny tots all the way up until junior, senior year of high school. So just to see that trust within each other, the connection, the emotional vulnerability that they get to show with each other is so beautiful. So clearly our MC KJ was absolutely in awe of both of those performances. And then I'm going to hop over to MC Sydney over in Mesa. This was recommended by, again, a couple of our staff members. This was 479 Jumpin' Jack from the Dance Connection. This was a first overall elite junior, received an EUP. And I guess the whole team was basically saying they could not stop watching this dancer because of her maturity. They were like, this is basically a senior elite dancer in a tiny kid's body. They were like, there's just something about the way that when she steps onto the stage, there's such a confidence about her, and she's kind of taking it the extra mile. This kid clearly just has something so special. All of the dancers on our crew were absolutely in awe of this dancer. So congratulations, 479 Jumpin' Jack from Dance Connection. You guys clearly made an impact on our teachers and our studio directors, and everyone at the show, I guess, was just completely in awe of this kid. So wow, awesome job.
Wow, what a weekend.
I know.
It was incredible.
And I feel like, too, this is the part in the season where we're really seeing everything.
Yes.
I think too, like as we start the season, it's like you see a couple solos, you might see a group dance, but they're still getting it together. This is now
everything's out.
Right. Everything's out. This is where they're trying to qualify for nationals. This is where they're trying to get noticed for those big numbers that are inevitably going to be those showcase numbers. I'm just so excited. And I wish I could be at every single finals.
Like, how can I be at multiple shows at one time?
I know. We need to clone ourselves.
Into the live streams.
Oh.
Yeah. But sometimes my phone battery is already dying.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true.
It is true.
It was so good. But we don't have a show this upcoming week.
We don't.
It is our spring break, sadly. So we will not see you guys next week. But we will go ahead and keep posting some clips.
Yeah.
We've got tons of content to share with you guys.
Oh, yeah.
And then after that, it's the biggest show weekend that Car Productions has ever done, you guys. We
Literally.
have 15 stages happening.
Wow. There's 3 ultra stages.
That's the first time we've ever done that.
That's never happened. That's exciting.
Can you believe?
So exciting. And that's just all thanks to you guys for supporting us, our studio directors for choosing us year after year, our dancers for choosing to come, even if you're coming as a soloist to try out these newer brands. We just love it so much, and we're always so grateful for your guys' support. We couldn't do it without you, and clearly we are just loving this season.
We're eating it up.
Every season, I feel like, just gets better and better and better. Shout out to these incredible studios who are just training your kids on another level. It's so crazy looking back. We were talking about it this weekend of like, we wouldn't have even made the top 40. Like, it's so wild. It's so wild to see the incredible talent that's happening. And it's just all kudos to these incredible teachers and choreographers. So yeah, we're just grateful for your guys' hard work because it makes our work feel a little less hard, and it just enjoys our weekend. Fun. Yeah, absolutely.
Literally, I left this weekend beaming because I couldn't wait to sit down and tell everyone about the incredible talent that we saw.
Yeah.
Like, everyone sat down at their desk this morning. I was like, hang on, you guys, I have to tell you about like 4 routines really quick. Like, don't log into the phones, okay?
Yep. Yeah. No, it's wild. There's just, again, these kids are insane, and it just fires us up for what's to come. So as always, thank you guys for watching. We hope you enjoy your spring break, get some well-deserved rest, and we'll be back with another episode soon. We'll see you on the road. Bye.